Hey everyone, so I was in the Dollar Tree the other day and I noticed that they have these coaster molds in there again. And I was gonna go tomorrow and check out the other Dollar Trees in the area and see if they were getting them in all of them, because we have a whole bunch of Dollar Trees by where I live. But then today, Annie posted that they're getting them in her Dollar Trees by where she lives. Annie's on her Facebook group. She thought they might have looked a little bit different, but I went and looked back to the ones that I had last year and these, and they're actually the same size with the same circles in them. So anyway, 2 years ago, I did a video on using the center ring on the back of this coaster mold to make ornament Christmas wreaths. And I figured it's still July, so this is another Christmas in July video. It's just a replaying of two videos, because 2 years ago I did one and I had totally forgot what I did. I had to go back and watch both of the videos, so a lot of things I had forgotten. So I made a real pretty Christmas wreaths with the outer one, and then in the next video I made some real pretty night lights with the center one. So I hope you guys watch the video. I am actually going to be doing a giveaway. For those of you who can't find them, I will give 2 people 4 of these. And I hope the ones that sign up to get them don't get them, or don't already have them, or don't have access to them. I'd like somebody who isn't able to get them to get them. So, sign up, make a comment at the end of the video if you'd like some of the coaster molds. And I hope you watch. The first video is only 10 minutes. It's a real short one. The second one, where I do the night lights, is a little bit longer, and I show you all different ideas for them. Really cute. Not just glass in them, but all different things. So I hope you enjoy the videos. A couple weeks ago, Cindy from our Facebook group posted this beautiful wreath she made, and also posted a picture of a coaster mold that she made it on, that she actually picked up from the Dollar Tree. So I ran up to the Dollar Tree and bought a bunch of them. And this is actually the back of the coaster mold that you're looking at here. So I'm going to go through this super quick, but I'm going to describe in detail what I did and why I did it. So I put resin around the outer ring first, and the reason I did that before I put the glass down was because when I did the wreaths in the donut molds, I put the glass in first and the resin in last, and a lot of the glass fell out of the bottom. Someone suggested that I put the resin in first, so that's why I did it this way, and it really worked out well. The first glass I'm using is Hobby Lobby glass that you get back by the stained glass section. You can get it for as low as $2 to close to £1. I also used beads, glitter, and bells. And the bows that I put on are a separate mold, and I will show you that at the end. I actually found a couple wreath molds that work really good. One with epoxy resin and another one that you can use with UV resin. So also at the top of each of the molds, you'll notice there's a little blue stick sticking up, and those are from Little Windows, and those are hole makers from Little Windows. You can purchase them. She has a YouTube channel, and you can purchase different items from her, and these work really well to make a hole at the top of anything that you need a hole in. And they can be put in before you start your project, and if you forget, which I did quite a few times, you can actually stick it down in there after, and it works perfectly fine. So the second glass that I'm using for this is the Ashland Decorative Filler from Michaels. And this is the second set of them that I'm making, and the first set with the pink are little tiny pink flamingos and pink beads I'm putting on them, and the two that are closer to the top of the screen are actually made with beads. And the bead package that you see down there is actually from Hobby Lobby, and I've had that for about 2 years. Never knew what to do with it, and I decided I'm going to make some wreaths with those beads. And they come out every year around Christmas time, those pretty blue and white beads, and they had them again this year, although the package I have here is like 2 years old. Then after I finished these up, I took one of the wreaths that I had made yesterday and demolded it and put some resin on a canvas and stuck it onto the canvas. This is a 4x4 canvas and it fits just perfect on it. And right here I'm just going to show me demolding some, and you can see some of them. You'll see another set of hands there. That's my cousin's granddaughter Rebecca helping me out. And there was some resin stuck in the middle of some of them because the Dollar Tree molds are very shallow. So some resin does drip over the side, but it pulls out very easily. You can see me taking it out in this part here. I think I needed a little jewelry tool to pull it out, but it does come out fairly easily. So then about 4 days later, Cindy posted again showing us where else we could buy these wonderful coaster molds. And I guess they have them on Temu, and they also have them on Amazon, and the Amazon ones are a little bit different. So I went ahead and I ordered some of those to see what they were like. And I found these were very nice because they were a little bit fatter and a little bit deeper. So the resin and beads and glass didn't run over to the other side. So I kind of like these a little bit better. The diameter is a little bit smaller than the ones from the Dollar Tree. And at the end, I'm going to show you all of them finished. And again, here I'm putting the little hole makers. You can see the little blue hole makers in the package up there at the very top of the screen to make the holes at the top. And again, like I said, if you forget to add them, you can always add them after you've put the glass on. Here I am demolding the ones from Amazon that I got on Amazon. A little smaller diameter. The hole maker you just pull out and you got a perfect hole in there. They are so cool. And then here's the difference between the diameters. Just a little bit of a difference between the Amazon and the Dollar Tree one. The Dollar Tree one, like I said, is a little bit thinner, but a little bit a larger diameter. And the one thing that I did notice when I was demolding them is that the backs of the Amazon ones are shiny and the backs of the Dollar Tree ones have a matte finish, and that is because the mold is matte. So for those of you who don't know a lot about molds, if it's a matte finish, your resin's going to come out matte. And those two are the two different ones, one from Amazon, and one you can see one has a shiny back and one has a matte finish on the back. So that's the difference between the two molds. I mean, you can shine it up with a little UV resin if it really bothers you, but you're really looking at the front of it, I would think. Hey everyone, so Cindy over on our Facebook page posted that beautiful wreath and showed us these amazing coasters, the back of the coaster that she picked up at the Dollar Tree. So of course I had to go up and get them. So this is the one from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to show you the Dollar Tree and the Amazon one side by side. So the Dollar Tree one is larger and a little bit more shallow. And the other difference is this is a matte finish and this is a shiny finish. So the back of them will be a little bit different. Of course, you can just shine it up with some resin. But that's the difference. This is $1.25 each. These were $10 for 3, so double the price. But they both turned out real pretty. So the other thing that we had made a while back, I have a video on, is the donut mold. But I think this uses more glass and resin. So I kind of think these are prettier. I really like these. So as far as the matte and the shiny finish, that's what the difference looks like on the back. That's the matte finish. That's the shiny finish. And that's with the Hobby Lobby glass. Isn't that pretty? And the Michaels Chunky Glitter, which I think is pretty. And those might have beads. No, that has bells on it. And you know, the other thing, once I got started making these, I was making them with the smaller bows. And then I started making them with the bigger bows. And I think they look really pretty with the big bows on them, don't you? I think that looks so pretty. Now that's a beaded one. So those are with beads, and the smaller the beads, the better. I think the regular size beads, I don't think are good for these. I don't think it would look right. The small beads are what looks real pretty. And here's another beaded one that I did. And I thought, yeah, I just thought those turned out really pretty. So glass or beads though, and the bigger the bow, the better, I thought. BBB. This is the bow mold. And that is a matte finish. That's the other thing. And then after I made all these, you had to wait for all of them to set up overnight. And then, of course, because it's a matte finish, when you put it on your wreath, then you have to put some resin over it to make it shiny. And then I found these on Amazon, more bow molds. And these ones you can actually do with UV resin, so you can do them right away. I put the chunky glitter. These are all with UV resin. Oh, where's the ones? Oh, this is the one I did with the UV resin. Okay, and look at how thick the chunky glitter is on there. And it was able to, I had to have a light where you can get it from the back and the top, and it's set up just fine. Because, you know, when you do UV resin, you're not supposed to use anything opaque because the UV resin can't penetrate it and set it. So, but it worked fine with the glitter. So here's the difference. So here's one I did with the UV resin, and it has the shiny finish on it. And this is the one I did with the epoxy resin, and it has the matte finish, and you have to put resin over it to make it shiny. So, and then the other thing I wanted to show you was the little holes, or the hole makers from Little Windows. And it comes with a bunch of different sizes for different projects that you might be doing. Those are real cool. And the glass from Hobby Lobby, $3.49 a pound of glass, real pretty. Comes in green, white, black, red. And they always have it every other week, 40 or 50% off, so you can get it for like $2. That's a really good deal. And the other glass I used was the Michaels Ashland Decorative Filler, which is up there all the time. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you. So yeah, thanks Cindy for posting that. You saved me from trying to do it with this and this thing in the middle. I tried it and it was not easy. So anyway, great idea. Thank you so much for sharing that. If you enjoyed the video, you learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you enjoy the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Ring the bell and it will notify you when a new video comes out, when I post a new video. Come join us over on the Facebook page. So many people posting so many creative things over there. And happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great day with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. So I did find the ones on Amazon again this year, and they're either 3 for $9.39 or 6 for $13.39, I think. But the problem with these are you can only do the outside one for the large wreath ornament molds. They do not have the inside circle for the nightlights, which is coming up in this next video. So keep watching. Hey everyone, remember from last year the Dollar Tree wreath mold? Well, guess what? I have another great idea, only this time it's for nightlights. And it's using a different part of this mold. So they turn out so cute, they work out so good. I hope that you'll watch the video and see what I made. Epoxy resin that I'm going to be using for this project is Naked Fusion, the new and improved formula. It's a 1-to-1 ratio casting resin with 0 VOCs. So here we go. We're going to make some teeny tiny wreaths for the night lights, and these work out perfect. And again, these are from the Dollar Tree. They still have them up there. I mixed up my resin and I put it in the small circle, and then I'm using Ashland decorative filler, green glass. It was colored with the Dr. Martin's Bombay India ink. It's a beautiful green color. If you're looking for a true green, the Dr. Martin's Bombay India ink works out great. And it does not run, it does not fade once it's dry. So I just put that around the small circle, and then I get out my decorations and I start decorating. And if you're looking for teeny tiny snowflakes, at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas section, it's a My Little Christmas Tree Christmas section. They have this little strand of them that you can just cut apart. And although I don't use it on the first one, I use it on the second. So I've made up some resin bows, and then I put some little bells, gold and red bells around this first one. The second one, I also put a little resin bow on. And here at first I'm trying to put some little lights on it. I didn't like the way they looked. I ended up putting a couple candy canes on and those little white snowflakes that I just cut off. And they look so cute. You really need teeny tiny things for these wreaths because they are so teeny tiny. And then moving on to the third wreath on the top, it's also another Ashland decorative filler. It is the iridescent glass. It's slightly tinted white. It's the one I tell you to only put resin under it, not on top of it. And of course in this, I go against my own advice and mix the resin right in it. But I also mix in it a little glitter that I have that has some white and silver in it. And it just is so pretty. And I end up putting a silver bow on it and some silver bells. And it just looks so dainty and so pretty. And those three little wreaths have created such a mess. So before I go on to the bottom three, which are totally buried under this whole mess, I have to kind of move it out of the way and clean it up. So for the next three, I go ahead and I put the resin on the bottom again to anchor it. And this first one, I put the abalone shells on, and I'm going to redo one of these because I feel like I did not pile it high enough. But this is what I did for the first of the second set there. I just put the abalone shells on, put a little bit of resin over it. And those top ones, I did put, the two top green ones, I did put a little more resin over the top. So it's anchored with resin on the bottom and a little drizzle of resin over the top too. And then on the abalone shells, I did put some little teeny tiny seashells along with that starfish that you see there. For the next one, I used some pale blue glass, and this glass was actually a boat windshield that I smashed up and actually tumbled. And for some reason, it's a pale blue, but it's super pretty. Just put it around the perimeter, drizzle a little bit more resin over it, and I'll decorate it in a minute. Don't worry about the overflow of resin on either side of that wreath. There is a lip on both sides, so when you pull the wreath out, the other resin will not come with it, or if it does, it's easily detachable. And then this very last one, I just pick out all different size tiny pearls and put that around the perimeter. And for the pearls, I really want a green bow, so I'm going to have to make that up with some of the resin I have already mixed. I hope I'm not going too fast for you, and I bet you could think of 100 other ways to decorate these. So for this pale blue glass, I'm using my teeny tiny starfish and just putting them all around the perimeter and making them like a little coastal wreath. And then in this little bow mold, I'm mixing some green glitter up in this resin, and I'm going to make a bunch of little green bows. Hopefully I can use one of them for on top of the pearl wreath. So all these are sitting on my heat table, and I'm going to put the heat table on for 2 hours at 158 degrees, which is the highest setting, and all of this will be cured in 2 hours, cool for about 15-20 minutes, and then I can demold it. And keep watching because I do another set of 6. And here they are all ready to demold. And then this first one that I'm taking out, the abalone shells, this is the only one that I don't really like. I'm going to try to do it again with some more shells, maybe make it a little bit thicker. And this is the green one. Some of it has a little resin around the sides. In a minute I'm going to get a jewelry tool to knock some of that glass off of there. But isn't that adorable? I think they are so cute. Yeah, both of the green ones are so pretty, and the little red bow on them. And again, they have some glass sticking out there. I'll remove that with a jewelry tool in a minute. And look at this. This one is so pretty too. I hope it's not too light. And again, there's a little bit of resin sticking out, but I'm going to get that off in a minute. It'll be super easy to do. But to try to make a shape like this freehand on top of a nightlight would be so tedious. It would drive me crazy. This is just such an easy way to do it. So simple. And that one's pretty too, the light blue, I think. And then my favorite one is the pearl. I think that's so pretty. And that green, I'm going to put a green bow on it. And I'm going to go get my new, is it B7000, I think, to attach it to it. So here I am with my little jewelry tool, and this is super easy. You just grab it and snap the glass right off. Anything that's kind of sticking out in the middle or along the edges, you can snap it off really easy. I've had these. I have about 10 of these things. I bought them years ago when I used to do Girl Scouts, and I used to do jewelry with my Girl Scout troop, and I wanted everybody to have the little tools, so I have a ton of them left. But anyway, I use these all the time. They work out really nice. You can use them to pick up small things or snap glass off of stuff. And it also has a little cutting tool, a wire cutter in it. So anyway, super easy to get the little pieces, nip the little pieces of glass off that you don't want on there. So next I get out the B7000 to attach my little bow to the pearl wreath. And I guess I'm late to the game. I just discovered this in my last video. I've been using the E6000 forever, and it's so thick and the opening's so big and it dries up. Very hard to work with, and somebody told me about this, and I guess people have been using it for jewelry forever, and it has this nice fine tip and a little needle that goes in that keeps it from drying out, and I really like it. I'm throwing out the E6000 and switching over to this. It just works really nice. I actually got 4 of those big bottles on Amazon for $9.99. Can you believe it? I'll leave a link in the description for it. So here goes the second set of 6. And again, mix up your resin and drizzle it where you want to put your glass, or in this case, for the next 2, they're beads. So this first one that I'm putting beads in are actually teeny tiny beads I got from Hobby Lobby like 3 years ago. Used them for the first time last year, and because they're so small, they work perfect for these teeny tiny wreaths. And I just put them around the perimeter with the resin anchoring it, drizzle a tiny bit of resin on the top, and then put some more beads on so beads have something to hold on to and they don't roll off. And this is what they look like up close. So the other thing that's important is before you mix up your resin, get all of your supplies there and ready to go on your wreaths, because although this resin, the Naked Fusion original formula, has a 45-minute work time, sometimes when you're searching for things to put on your wreath, time really goes fast, and your resin might start to cure up, especially if you have it deep in a cup. So here I put a little silver bow on it, and next I'm starting with another set of beads. And these beads I also got this year from Hobby Lobby. And these beads are super pretty. I'm just using the small ones, and the larger ones I'll probably use for something else. And again, set it down in the resin that you're using as an anchor, drizzle a little bit of resin over the top of those, and then put a second layer of beads so that they have something to hold on to. And then this one, I believe I put a red bow on. And I'm starting to realize that the larger the bow, the prettier it looks. So I know it looks like they should have teeny tiny bows on them, but when the bow is just a little bit larger than you think it should be, it really looks pretty. So for this next one, I'm using glass, and the glass I'm using from this is also from Hobby Lobby, and this is over in their kind of floral section where they have their wedding stuff, and their glass actually has a little bit of glitter sprinkled on it. And I've used this in a previous video. I'm using actually two different colors, blue, and I thought this would give it kind of a coastal look. And isn't that glass pretty? Can you see the glitter on it? And then you'll see me put a little more resin on it and sticking a starfish at the top. Now this starfish are actually plastic starfish beads that I got up at Hobby Lobby, and you could actually spray paint them any color that you want. I just happen to like the white one, so I put one white one on it, and it looks super pretty. And then I have some teeny tiny white pearls, and I'm just sprinkling those around on the wreath also. Next, again, I put the resin where I'm going to put the wreath on all three of the remaining coasters. And then I start to sprinkle some sea glass. This is actually faux sea glass that I've tumbled myself. And when I divide it up, I usually put the smaller pieces in a separate container. So out of this container, I just pulled out some teeny tiny pieces of the faux sea glass that I thought would fit in that little wreath. And I thought that would make a real pretty wreath. And so remember, this is translucent, so try to use some of the darker pieces because it will become lighter as you pour the resin over it. So I just piled it up, put a little extra resin over it. I put a little tiny starfish on the top, and then I actually took some silver glitter and sprinkled it on top of it just to give it a little extra sparkle. And then for the next one, I decided I was going to use some bells. And I have some small bells from, I want to say these are from the Dollar Tree. They have some fairly small ones at the Dollar Tree that you can pick up that are real cute. And they're a combination of, well, I think they are in separate bags, but I used the green, the red, and the gold. And I did try to do, I believe I tried to do a second layer, drizzled a little resin over it, and then put a few more bells on top just to give it some depth. I may have actually put too many on and then started taking some off, and then I put a pretty little bow on it. And again, I kind of feel like the bigger the bow, the better, the prettier it looks. So for the final one, I'm using these green abalone shells, and these I actually purchased on Amazon, and they came in this container. Now I know you can buy them other places. I believe you can get the green ones other places. I don't know if I just couldn't find them at the time or why I ended up getting them on Amazon, but they really are super pretty. So I just did a nice layer on that. I put some little tiny pearls on it, and again the little plastic starfish that I got from Hobby Lobby, and those were over in the bead section, and those are always like 40% off. I think I ended up putting some pearls on this one too, on the one with the faux sea glass on it. So here I am. I'm ready to demold these. These I had on my heat table for 2 hours, and they just pop right out. And isn't that pretty? I think that one turned out so much prettier than the other abalone one that I did. And the bell one is really cute too. I really like the way that turned out. And there is no way that you could assemble this on top of a nightlight just freehand. The beads and everything and glass would be falling all over the place. And by using the center part of this Dollar Tree mold, they turn out perfect. They are so cute. And here I am again with my little jewelry tool, just nipping off a little bit of the glass if there's some extra sticking out in different areas. That is super cute too. And those little starfish, the white ones, the plastic ones are really cute. And that one turned out pretty too. That's the one with that's one of the ones with the beads. And I'm going to show these up close and I'll show me making the nightlights too in just a minute. And then this one is the one with the sea glass and the pearls and the little starfish at the top. So this is my Let's Resin UV light. And this is really cool because it's very compact. It folds up. It can be put in multiple positions. You charge it and then you take it off the charger to use it. Well, you can leave it plugged in if you want, but look at how nice this is. You don't have to have it plugged into anything. And I can put it in this position to balance a nightlight on it. And it goes in many different positions. You can put it as low or as high as you want. The base is very heavy. Well, it's heavier than the other part so that it doesn't fall over. You can, if you've watched my previous videos, you can even lay it on its side. So it's really a nice UV light. It's actually my favorite one right now. So anyway, so the resin that I'm using on this is actually the Bond Crafter UV resin. I have a whole bunch of resin. This is the first time I have other containers of it that I've opened, but I never opened this one. And this actually has a bunch of stuff in it. I didn't realize it. It has, it's like a little kit. It has a silicone mat. It had some jewelry molds. It had glitter. And look at this great big bottle of UV resin. And I've used Bond Crafter UV resin in the past, and it's really nice. Oh, this has flowers in it too. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to use, it does come with a tip to screw on it, but I am going to actually refill one of my other bottles of Bond Crafter resin with it, UV resin with it, so that it's a little bit easier to handle instead of using that great big bottle. So that's a refill bottle, and it's probably less expensive to buy a refill bottle and just refill what you have instead of buying the smaller individual bottles. These are the night lights that I'm going to be using. These I pick up on Amazon. I believe they're $14.99 for 4 of them, so they're about $4 a night light, which is really a pretty good deal. They're an LED night light. They have a sensor on them, so they shut off during the day, only come on at night. They're just really nice. They don't get hot or anything. They don't affect the resin. They're just really nice night lights, and I've been using them for a long time. I will leave a link for them under the description. So for all the night lights, I decided to use the UV resin and glitter, a little bit of glitter. And you don't want to overdo it with the glitter and make the night light opaque, because you want the light to be able to shine through it, as well as seeing the pretty wreath on the front of it. So I mixed the UV resin in with the glitter, put it on the night light, spread it out, and be careful that you don't mix it too rapidly, because you can create a lot of bubbles in it, and you don't want a lot of bubbles. And the other way to prevent bubbles in UV resin is to store it upside down in a cup. That way when you push it out, you don't get a bunch of bubbles. And just slowly spread it. This first one I'm going to do slow. Just slowly spread it to the edges. Push it right up to the edges. And that's what's so great about UV resin, because once you get it up to the edges, you can put the light on it right away, and it cures right then. That way you don't have to worry about the resin, like the epoxy resin, dripping down into the components after hours and hours of it curing. So, and look at how sparse the glitter is on it. It's just going to make it look real pretty, but it's just not overdoing it, because you do not want to make the night light opaque. You want the light to be able to get through it. There's also something called high viscosity resin that J. Diction and Let's Resin has. It's a thicker resin, so you have more control over it as you spread it. Now, I really don't think the Bond Crafter is hard to work with by any means, but if you're a newbie and you have a difficult time just pushing it to the edge, I really don't think you will, but I would say the high viscosity for first-time users, maybe you have, like I said, it's thicker and you have better control over your resin. But the high viscosity does get more bubbles, so you definitely have to store it upside down. And then if you do get any little bubbles, you can use a little barbecue lighter to just hold or put over the top real quick, and it will get rid of all the bubbles. First wreath I'm doing is the one with the bells, and look at, doesn't that fit on there just perfect? I mean, that is the perfect size. And again, these are just those Dollar Tree coasters, and they have them up there all the time. Then when I'm done with the glitter, you put your little wreath on it, And the second you turn that night light on, within 3 seconds, it is secure right there. So just hold it in place for, the 2 or 3 seconds, because it really will not move after 2 or 3 seconds. Then, of course, you leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes, but just hold it in place and then turn the light on. And then in a second, it will stop moving. And you can release your hand and just leave the light on it for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, it's done. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I think that turned out so pretty. And I'm going to show them all to you up close in the end. That is so pretty. I love the way that turned out. The bells are really nice. The other thing that you could put around your little wreaths is glass instead of the glitter, if you like. But I just thought the glitter was nice, seeing that a lot of them were made out of glass. And then for the rest of this, I'm just going to go through it super fast because I pretty much did the same thing on all of them. I put just a little bit of glitter, and of course mixed in with the resin on each one of the night lights, and set the wreath on top of it, put the UV light on it. And these first ones I did the red and green glitter, and then maybe I changed up the color of the glitter on some of them. But so right here, to clean out the little silicone cup, I just set it on the UV light. It hardens it, and then I can pull the UV resin right out and change the color of the glitter without mixing them together. Like I said, they were pretty much all the same, and it's really simple. Once you get your little wreaths made, I mean, the night lights really take seconds to do. And like I said, maybe I changed up the color of some of the glitters. That one might have been green and silver. And on this one here that I had the little snowflakes on, I put the UV resin on first, put the little wreath on, and then I took some more of those snowflakes that I had sprinkled on top. They kind of came in the bead set, and then sprinkled the little snowflakes around the wreath there. That was the only one that was any different, but the rest of them were all just different colors of glitter, and then the UV light. Yeah, pretty much a simple project. The other thing that I wanted to say was, so towards the end of this, my UV light was starting to flash, the blue light when it was on, and I noticed that some of the resin wasn't curing toward the end. So if ever you're having a problem with your UV resin curing, when your battery gets low on your UV light, now yours might not flash. So this has an indicator light, which it will flash. The little blue light that you can see on will flash on and off when the batteries are low and it needs to be recharged. And when the batteries are low and it needs to be recharged, the UV light is not as strong. So it may not cure your resin. So if for some reason your resin is not curing, it's probably because your UV light is not strong enough, either because something's the matter with it or it just needs to be recharged. So keep that in mind, because I know that's been a question. Why is my UV light or my UV resin not curing properly? Hey everyone, so these were super easy to make and a lot of fun. And if you guys are new to the channel or new to the Facebook group at all, and you don't know how this all started, was actually with these donut hole molds. There was a bunch of people on our Facebook group making ornaments with glass on these. And then somebody posted a video using the Dollar Tree molds, making wreaths on those. And so I had to make a video on that. And then I found these other molds on Amazon that I thought were a little bit wider, smaller but wider, and I liked these better. But I started looking at these ones from the Dollar Tree, and I thought, oh my gosh, that little circle in the middle would be perfect for night lights. And everybody loves making night lights. I guess they're big sellers at craft fairs, and there are millions of different ideas, different ways that you can make night lights. I can't even begin to tell you all the different night lights and beautiful creative ideas on our Facebook page. And I hadn't seen this. And I thought that would be so tedious if you had to, you know, try to make a circle on this little tiny nightlight. So I thought this was the perfect solution. So if you don't know, these are up at the Dollar Tree all the time. Whoops. These are up at the Dollar Tree all the time. They have the circle, the heart, and one other shape, I think. And this is actually the back of it. So it's a coaster mold, and that's the front, which you normally use. And these circles here are actually the support, but they work perfect for wreaths. So the bigger wreath we used for ornaments, wreath ornaments, and also to put on little like 4x4 canvases. They look really cute. And then the small one works perfect for the nightlights. So anyway, yeah, just perfect. So the bows, I have this bow mold that I got off of Amazon. And the reason I really like this is because it's clear. So you can use it with epoxy resin, or you could use it with UV resin. So if you need just one bow real fast, you could make it real quick with UV resin. So they work out nice. These are from Amazon, I believe, and I will leave a link in the description. For some reason, I thought I needed a million other bows, and I got these too off of Amazon. So if you need a whole bunch, they also have these. But the only difference is these are a matte mold. So it's an extra step. So if you make these, you're mass producing them, when you put them together on your nightlight, you're going to have to rub a little UV resin over those bows to make them shiny, because it's a matte mold, whereas these are shiny mold already, so you don't have to do that. And that's what I used for all of these. And I really do think that the bigger the bow, the better. BBB. See how pretty those look with the big bows compared to, I mean, this is really cute too, but I think the bigger bow looks cuter. So next time if I had to do it again, I would use all big ones. But I just think these are all so pretty. All the different ideas. I like the glass. I like the bells. I lost a little bell. I gotta replace that on there. But and I think, well, I really like those beads, the bells. But the favorite one, I want to say, is the pearls. Isn't that pretty with the pearls? And I really like the glitter on it because I guess you could put glass on it too. A little sparkly glass would look pretty, but the wreaths are so pretty, it might take away from how pretty they are. I don't know. If you guys make some on the Facebook page, I'd love to see them with glass too. But anyway, just super easy idea. And the other thing is, the abalone shells. It's so pretty. And I do not know why I bought that green glass on Amazon. I thought they had this at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, but I might be mistaken. They might have been out of green glass. I know they have a lot of other colors, but that green is super pretty too. And some of these that are more coastal looking probably could leave out all year long, not necessarily just for Christmas. So just in case. And then this is the one with the sea glass and the real starfish on it and the pearls. I thought that was pretty. And just so many ideas. And I bet you guys could think of 100 other ideas to decorate them, 100 other ways to decorate them. And these little starfish that I got, let me see if I can show them to you. They're just little beads from Hobby Lobby, starfish beads, plastic, but I thought they looked real pretty, like on this one here. And honestly, if you wanted a gold or a silver one, you could just spray paint them. Just an idea. But anyway, super pretty, bunch of ideas. I do have, you're not gonna believe it, but I have a whole bunch more Christmas ideas for nightlights that you haven't seen. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. You can hit the bell, and then a little box will come up that you can check off whether you want to be notified every time I put out a new video or whatnot. You can do that if you're looking for another nightlight video. I think I have close to 400 videos now. All sorts of glass and resin ideas, a bunch of different nightlight ideas, a ton of Christmas ideas. Look at last year's, I have tons of free directions on how to make glass art Christmas trees. You don't have to pay, you can watch for free. And I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. And Facebook page, an amazing group over there. There are so many amazing ideas and talented, creative people. Come check us out. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching. So I hope you enjoyed both those videos. I had to really rewatch both of them. I had kind of forgot a lot about them. So if you're one of the people who can't get these in your area, I'm going to send 2 people, 4 of them. So write in the comment that you would like to be put in the raffle for the wreath molds. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Have a great day.